Hi there, it's Chelle and Clint.
Hey!
He is ironing some things. We had a little bit of the fabric that we made from Tina with Shabby Dabby-Doodah. This is part 3. And some of the fabric that he had left over, we're going to go ahead and use in this journal. So, I did this morning. Today is Sunday. Had to look. This morning, I went ahead and put together 3 signatures. This is going to be a bit of a larger journal, and because we have a 2-inch spine. So, but I didn't want you guys to have to sit and watch me, pick all the papers and stuff. I kind of did folding a little bit, different sizes just to add some more interest. I thought that was really fun. This one I wanted to go like this and make sure everything's right. But yeah, so here's some of the papers. I have a lot of coffee dye paper, which is from GT Designs in here, and then just some fun different papers throughout the journal. And of course those gorgeous digitals. This one was from trying to think, the Butterfly House. So we're using the Butterfly House, we're using the background pages and the digitals, and then we are also using oh, I forgot what the other one was called. Let me look real quick. I even looked it up, but then I was talking to Clint. It is called the Rose Garden. So we're using the Butterfly House and the Rose Garden. And the Rose Garden is pretty much this design, but it's got the greens and the pink. And I thought that went really well together. So, like this one. But I love these colors together. So we're going to focus on pink and green for this journal because of the tie, the fabric, all that. I think it just turned out so beautiful. And then earlier today I went ahead and cut out pretty much all of the digitals. And these are the Butterfly House, but they are I forgot what I was going to say. The fussy cuts, that's what it was. So I'm just going to kind of separate these because mainly, like I said, we're going to focus on pink and green. That one, kind of iffy. And then maybe we'll do something with the blues at a later time. But I went ahead and cut everything out. And yeah, I did cut it out by hand. We do have a scan and cut, but I really didn't want to dig it out. And I would have to have Clint dig it out for me and stuff. And he's just not feeling very well. So I just decided to cut them all out by hand. And I was watching, who was I watching today? Rachel at Roxy Creations. I like to watch her, and, I like to listen to see what's going on in her part of the world. Hi, Rachel, if you're watching. I doubt she's watching, but you never know. Just to kind of see what they're facing and kind of like what, might be coming here or, things like that. So, but yeah, I wanted to separate these. I don't mind having a little bit of blue in here because I do have a couple of pieces that have blue. Like this one I could probably use or something, or the blue and the green. But I do have another project kind of in mind for those, for the little blue pieces. See, this one I just kind of rough cut it out, so I'll need to go back in and cut that later. And that actually would probably look better in the blue, like that one I didn't cut out. Blue. But yeah, so I just went ahead and cut all these out. So that was interesting. But, watching other videos, I also watched Joy DeFee. and or joie de fille, I think is how you say it. And so I was cutting that out while I was watching her as well. But I kind of want just a few of these separated so that we can make some embellishments and stuff for this journal. And the reason I didn't put the journal together yet, like actually sew in the signatures, was because I'm going to sew in fabric flips and belly bands and kind of go from there. I might put lace on this one. I haven't decided, but I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. Just kind of some of this vintage type style lace. It's not vintage, but you know, something like that I think would look really pretty, just kind of poking out from the edges. So, and I might sew that in. I haven't decided. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, what I need to do is, I guess, just start playing, huh? I guess we could go ahead and make some. Let me find my little pointy scissors and finish trimming up a few of these, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So I went ahead and changed my thread to pink because I thought that would be really nice in here, and I know I'm going to want to do some sewing. So we are going to kind of just make little embellishments, like I said, for this journal. What are these? Hold on, I saw something. Oh, leftovers from Clint's.
Yeah, I didn't use all the squares I had because you know I had 7. Well, I screwed
okay.
one of them up, and then but I didn't use all the squares.
So you have. But we might could put them together and do a fabric flip or something. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Might can do something with those. I just happen to see them out of the corner of my eye. That is quite all right. Let me find my scraps over here. Sorry, I'm stretching. Not that one. This one. Sorry, excuse my arm. So I put some scraps here and in here. Maybe we'll make like I thought about doing the fabric flips and stuff, but you guys know how to sew those on, so I figure we'd do something else and not worry so much about the fabric flips.
No,
we'll just kind
show
of
it
show it when it's done, you know.
I put them on fat. I put it.
Yeah, Clint put it on some, because it still had the sticky stuff on the back. So he put it on, my brain's not working. Yeah, that.
Some white fabric.
Some white fabric. So that, you know, the sticky stuff wouldn't like re-stickify over time. I don't know.
It would. I mean,
but, you know, just to be on the safe side, it was just...
Sorry.
So he went and did that for me, and like I said, we're going to make a fabric flip out of this one, and then a belly band out of this. You can tell that they're a little bit separated. And that I love this. I love the vintage feel of it, so I'm going to make another fabric flip, because we do have 3 signatures, and I'll make a fabric flip out of that one. So, but yeah, let's go ahead. We'll make just a couple, you know, see where we're at. It's just kind of a craft with me type thing today. These are some of my scraps. I'm looking for my glue book. I know it's right here.
Right here.
I have got to start cleaning this mess off. If you guys could see this. Okay, thank you, baby.
Ow.
And then we'll just kind of, you know, see what we can. That's not a good picture. Just make like 2 little pieces for this journal. Clint is loving on Sophia because, man, last night she was screaming all night again. I was like, oh, you gotta love on her. Oh yeah, it was annoying. And what's funny is Clint told her to be quiet, Sophia. And this morning I was talking to him and he's like, I don't even remember that. So, yeah, it was kind of...
Kept biting.
Oh, was she biting you?
Well, she grabbed my hand. She was fixing to irritate me.
Aw.
Now, would you be nice? Butterball.
So, yeah, but, man, she was screaming. Clint got me a pair of really good earplugs, and I lost one of them. I don't know where it is. I don't know if Chloe got it or what, and yeah, it was just, but I found some tissue and I just stuffed the tissue in my ear and went back to sleep. I was like, I cannot deal with her.
I've used earplugs for a long time because when I lived with Dad, and we had a big old grandfather cat, and often I'd wake up and I'd be missing an earplug. And
Oh,
I never
yeah,
could
tiny.
understand what happened. One day, that dang cat was sitting on top of me when I was asleep, pulling out my earplug.
Yeah, so he would pull out Clint's earplugs all the time. It was so funny.
It was hilarious to finally figure out what happened.
So I was looking for my ruler, my tear ruler.
Oh, I just saw that stupid thing.
So let me find that and I'll be right back. Yeah, so I said, honey, can you please love on her? I've already been loving on her like most of the day because it was just like, So I don't think I'm going to glue that down again. I'm going to sew around this one because I know I'm going to use it in this journal. So, and this is a page. I did a couple of pages actually, and I did them upside down. So I thought I would use them for some of the ephemera.
Hurt.
Sorry, I just happened to remember some other. But yeah, like this one, when I did it, oh, my printer was messing up on this one. But this will work for this. And then this one, I did one side upside down. So when you're printing, well, and the fabric, and it was messing up. But yeah, so we're going to use some of that. And we'll see, you know, when you have mistakes, you may as well use them. And they happen to be the green. So
Ow.
Clint's brushing her now, and she's not. So I want to do, like I said, a couple of little booklets or, you know, journaling spots or something to go in here. I thought we'd just have a little chat. Much ado about nothing. So but you guys will see this on Monday. It's like day 4 that we don't have hot water. So I keep a big pot on the stove and I heat it up to like boiling, and then I leave it there because it stays for, you know, quite a long time. Stays warm, so if we need to wash our hands or, you know, anything like that, then I use that water. I cannot stand, and our water is super cold.
I was thinking that we had Uncle John and Aunt Kay visiting from New Mexico, and they told Mom, my God, that water's colder than we had on the farm.
When we were growing up.
When
yeah,
we were growing up, and they didn't even have a bathroom if we had an outhouse.
And I don't know why. I'm sure it's because we don't have, you know, like good insulation or something. But man, that water is cold, and just a few minutes, your hands are numb. So, my brother's like, have you been taking cold showers? I'm like, no. I said it's too cold to take cold showers. And it is the coldest water. When we first moved in, we weren't sure about the pipes and stuff. And so I wouldn't let my nieces and nephews drink out of the faucet, and one day they said, but Aunt Michelle, it's colder than out of the refrigerator.
It is. It is, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let's just start drinking out of it.
It's good water.
It is. It's really good water.
Yeah, very good water here.
So that was, you know, I know some places in California, they're like, there's floaties in the water, so. But yeah, I just drink right from the faucet, so if it kills me, because that's the only thing I drink, so. Something's going to kill me, I suppose. So yeah, I'm liking this. Okay, so I want to use
Man.
maybe part of this green. I don't know. I should have just.
Here.
Did Sister have a lot?
Yeah.
The animals are shedding so bad right now. So anytime either one of us grab them, we grab a brush and we are grooming them constantly so that we can get rid of that undercoat. But man, they're just, the cats. Did you guys see the goats? They were in the last video, the Happy Meal video. But it wasn't much of it because I took this camera out and it died in like 2 minutes. So it was just a little blurb of them. But it's the battery or whatever of this camera is not good. So when I put it here, I have to plug it in. It's probably just because it's a cheap one. I think a cheap camera. But it works for this. Okay, so I was thinking about using some of this green. It's not like, it wasn't a good print. Because see, it has lines through it, and it shouldn't have the lines through it. But I saw someone on Junk Journal Junkies, and she said that she was having so much problem. And she finally changed her printing to high quality. And man, I was like, hun, we should try that. It has made a huge difference. So I went on there and I'm like, you saved me so much aggravation. Because I was really getting irritated.
Saved me a lot of aggravation. I hate those things.
Well, yeah, and it's just, but you know, I would clean it, and I've mentioned this before, I would clean it like 3 or 4 times, and then I would run a piece of paper, and it would be perfect, and then the second one, or halfway through the second one, it would mess up again. So yeah, it was just like, yeah, very irritating. So, but just kind of doing this a little bit wider. I really need my background, but so I can kind of line it up a little bit straighter, but that's okay. That's okay.
Thank you guys for all the wonderful birthday wishes. Happy birthday.
Clint said thank you for all the birthday wishes. He had a pretty good day, he told me.
It was fun.
Yeah, I ended up making him a pumpkin cake. Somebody was asking. But yeah, I made him a pumpkin cake, and I changed out like all the oil in the cake, because you know we're both trying to eat a little bit healthier. So I changed out the oil, and instead of making a full serving or a full batch of icing, I got to thinking how sweet the icing always is. So I just made half a batch. So, but if you're counting Weight Watchers, it was like 16 points for a little tiny, well, for a serving of cake. And then I have been sick all day. I think it's because just eating all that sugar when I'm not that used to eating sugar now. So it was just like, Clint's like, honey, you need to eat breakfast. I'm like, I don't feel good. As he was eating cake for breakfast. But he's like, he's done.
I'm done. The rest of it's going in the freezer now.
Yeah, we'll put it in the freezer because he'll still eat on it, you know, here and there. But I couldn't even think about cake this morning or anything sweet. In fact, one of my go-tos lately has been peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And, you know, I mean, that's what, half, you know, a tablespoon of peanut butter or whatever. And man, I was just like, I can't even think about a peanut butter sandwich, just the sweetness. And usually I eat like a peanut butter and banana sandwich if I don't want the calories or the points of the jam or the jelly. And I couldn't even think of that for today. So I ended up having grilled cheese with some chips, and which was a better choice anyways as far as points. So that's kind of cute. I like that. On the inside, I want to make sure, you know, there's something that they can write on. So I was thinking about this. Maybe just all the way through. I think that might be kind of cute. So maybe right there. But yeah, it was just like, oh, I said my stomach hurts. So I guess that's a good thing, because otherwise I probably would have eaten cake for breakfast too. Like back in the olden days. But one of the Facebook pages I'm on, she was like, let me cut that down a little bit more. But they said, I think I'm going to go this way. She said, I'm so glad I'm doing this program, or else during this time I would be cooking anything I wanted and eating anything I wanted. And I'm like, you know, I totally agree. Because, you know, usually I'd be cooking cookies and stuff. Oh, and I also made him some chicken Alfredo that I lightened up as well too. So that wasn't very bad. It was like 10 points. But I kind of hit my points for the day with supper, and so I ate my weekly points. I know it's kind of annoying if you don't follow a program or anything, but just here to chat today, I guess. Just a ramble. Just a rambling. But yeah, it was just like, I did not feel good. And even Clint didn't feel that good, because he had heartburn all night, he said. And the only thing we can think of is, you know, it was the cake. But I put applesauce instead of oil. And I thought, well, you know, it shouldn't bother you because it doesn't have the oil in it. Because I think the oil really upsets my stomach. And Clint, you know. But I don't know why he was having so many heartburns. Because he has to take a daily heartburn medication for other issues. So, yeah, that has been going on. Haven't been talking to anyone. Can you tell? I feel like all I'm doing is just jabbering up a storm.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I keep in touch with my brother and my dad and my sister and Cortez, and she, one of her friends is moving to California, and she was pretty excited about it. And I think just, oops, you know how you have that friend, you just kind of, okay, it's time for you to go somewhere now. So she was dealing with that yesterday, but it was funny because she was like, yay, and I asked Clint, because she actually texted him, and I said, well, is she excited because she'll have someone else to visit in California? And he said, I don't think so.
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't that. I was like, what's going on? So, but sometimes you need a break, and especially when they're kind of users or something, you know, sometimes you just like, okay, yay, you know, they're moving on, and she was really excited about that, so I can kind of understand her feelings.
Oh,
yeah. Knowing the person myself, you know. But yeah, it was just, but yeah, other than that, we did watch Swamp People, the Serpent. You know, it has them like grabbing snakes, and
it
just stresses me out. Swamp People. What?
No, what kind of snakes are they?
Oh, boa constrictors, and they did get an anaconda the other day, and ball pythons, or pythons, yeah. Boa constrictors and pythons, and I was just like, oh. That's kind of cool there. If I put something in the background, maybe like a music sheet or something. Let me look at my other one. But yeah, that one always gets my nerves up. I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. And then I tell Clint, don't watch it without me. Because we don't really watch anything else. But I have to ask, is anyone watching, what is that called? The lion, the tiger, what is that one called?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, it's going all around, and some people said it's the worst thing they've ever seen. I haven't watched it, and we don't even have Netflix. So I was just curious if you watched it and what you thought.
I had no desire to watch.
You guys
that.
know what I'm talking about. I was thinking, is it the Lion King?
No, it's
But
not Lion.
It's not Lion
It's
King. It's like
Tiger.
Tiger. I don't know. But you guys, if you know Netflix, let me know if you watch it or not, or if it even interests you. I have some really good friends, and they're like, oh, it's horrible. And I said, you know, if you don't like it, I sure wouldn't watch it. And I tried to get into, like, The New Black or whatever. And Orange is the New Black. And, man, I hated that. I could not watch that for nothing. I was like, nope. I think I got, like, 10 minutes in, and I was like, I am not watching that. But I like clean shows. I don't like, you know, cussing or anything like that. So it's just not... doesn't interest me at all.
No.
But from what I've heard, it's just not that good. And somebody said it's horrible, but
it's addictive.
What did they? Yeah, they said it's one of the worst things that she's seen. But she said I can't quit watching it, and I'm thinking, oh. And I've had books like that. Clint's like, "Hun, you know you can quit." No, I can't. You know you can. He said, why are you reading that book if it's so bad? Because I can't quit. I have to find out how it ends. But I have quit watching movies before because they're horrible. But typically, you know, and I think that's like a series or something. I don't know that much about it. I just hear bits and pieces on Facebook. You know, or, yeah, it's usually Facebook, and that's totally crooked. But, yeah, I was just curious if anyone has watched it or what your feelings were about it. But, yeah, we don't watch much. We watch MASH every night. Like today, I don't even think the TV's been on since... Yeah, we watch news first thing, and then Clint does anyway. I usually check out Facebook, and... then when he's done watching, like he went and worked on ink blenders, and I'm like, are you done? So I could turn off the TV. Or he may have turned it off today, I can't remember. But we're not, yeah. You know what? That's upside down. It doesn't matter because, I'll tell you why. Because this is going right side up. So it doesn't really matter, right? Right. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, baby.
Well, and I even looked, and I thought I was putting it up the right way until I looked on the inside, and I'm like, oh. I don't think I'm going to sew this. I'll probably sew it offline. Or, yeah, so you guys don't have to sit through me just sewing around. Because all I'll do is just sew around all the edges. Just to make sure it's good and sturdy. Okay, make sure it's the right way, Michelle. But, yeah, it's just... but it was... I've just been hearing a lot about that movie. I haven't really watched any movies lately. I did last week. I watched a couple of Hallmark movies while Clint was gone on...
Hallelujah.
And sometimes, I mean, we do record like The Price is Right, and that was, Clint said it was getting out of hand, so, because we just don't watch them. And, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you just want something different, and so he's like, I finally erased some of those, because we had like 100 or, I don't know, we didn't have that much, but we had a lot, and he said he had to erase them so we wouldn't run out of. But I record Hallmark movies because every once in a while I want to watch something while I am crafting, if I'm not recording. Like today I watched Rachel and Joy de Fille, and so that was kind of fun and just calming. If you don't know Joy de Fille, you should look her up. It's spelled like Joiedefi. And her videos are so just calming. I just love you know, listening to her videos, especially the newer ones. I went and looked at some of the older ones, and they're not as calming, but I mean, they're all, you know, really great, but it wasn't as calming as. Just gonna kind of look through here to see if there's something I want to put in, you know, like on the front. It's way too green. Maybe some type of collage or something. And then I wanted to try one that Rachel did. I wish I had one that was sideways. What's that one? But yeah, hers was, she did some really cute things today, Rachel did, that I really liked. Can you hear the roosters? They're crowing.
Boy, he really grown.
He is talking. So, I don't know. I kind of like that, but I just feel like it's missing something. Ooh, maybe lace. I was thinking about, I would like to add some lace. That's kind of interesting. Maybe something like this. Just no. I think there's too much of that. What's he doing? So we're gonna have leftovers for supper because Clint's fettuccine or Alfredo. I guess it's like turkey fettuccine Alfredo, homemade. And we still have plenty of it, so he's like, what are we eating for dinner? We're eating leftovers. And we both love to cook, so, you know, it's not something, I've seen a lot of people, they're like, I'm so sick of cooking.
Oh, because of
But, yeah, because, well, and yeah, the restaurants are closed, or, well, you can't, I mean, you can still get food, I guess, from most of the restaurants. But is it in the UK where, like, all the restaurants are closed? I don't know if that's where it is, or if they're, you know, closed, but I saw one, this little girl, she's like, Mama says, well, everything's closed, you're going to have to eat Mama's food now, and boy, she was screaming. I was like, yeah, that's not a good thing.
That's an indication that you suck as a cook.
Something like that. She's like, but. So, yeah, it wasn't a good thing. I think I'll use some of this, some of our fabric. These are some that I recently had in the store, and they sold out so fast. I was so surprised. But, yeah, where's my other scissors? Well, I'll cut through with this. I think that would be pretty. Just under there, you know, just for a little something else. That's pretty. I would prefer my other ones. Here they are. The fabric ones. But yeah, the little girl was just screaming, and she said, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to eat Mama's cooking. I don't want to. It wasn't funny, but it was funny because, you know, luckily I cook a lot anyways, so it's kind of, you know, it's not that big of a deal for us. It's just, I mean, stuff that's going on right now isn't that big of a deal for us because it's normal, you know. I mean, for us, everything's normal. We did go yesterday and got all the food and stuff that we figured we would need for about 3 weeks, so we don't have to go back anytime soon, you know, to the grocery store, because even though it's not super contagious here or super rampant, you know, we want to keep it from getting that way. So, but yeah, poor little girl, she was just screaming, I don't want to eat your food. So I was wondering if, you know, they had totally closed down like in the UK or something. I don't know, because I heard somebody else say that, like how McDonald's and stuff was closed down. I'm going to put this a little bit heavier So I was just curious, you know, because here they're still drive-through and stuff like that. You can go wherever. They did close. I think I like that, but I think I want to put, pop it up a little bit. So let's see. Scraps, but oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Maybe this little scrap. So I just use some little scraps just to kind of get a little bit of a lift. Forgot. Oh, I was gonna say they closed Home Depot or Hobby Lobby, and you know that's not gonna bother me either because
You always order.
I have a huge stash. I'm not hurting for anything, so I'm gonna do this one because I think I want this love on here too, and I think that would be cute popped up as well. But yeah, so I think you can still order. I would think so.
On the website?
On their
I
website.
would think so. I mean,
I haven't heard anything. I just heard that he let a lot of people go, but I haven't really heard if, you know, to what extent. But I'm still loving this glue. And I've had a couple other people who have went and got some of that, and they love it too. So I'm really happy to hear that. So thank you, Deborah. You've saved my life with glue, in case I ran out, which I wouldn't, but you know, just in case. But I went on because I was out of shipping labels. So I went, and what I'm going to do with this is just put it right here in the back. But I went and ordered some cheap shipping labels. Yeah. It's one of those things you pay for what you get. Ugh. So they're really, really thin, and they like come off the package like with nothing, because I told Clint, oh my gosh, these are so thin. And so I just, you know, grabbed them just to see what I thought of them. And because I was like, ooh, I was able to get these shipping labels. They were cheap. I got like double for the same price. So
there was a reason why you
yeah,
got
I
double
mean,
for
they
the
just,
same one.
it's kind of like, you know how washi is when you, I mean, washi's not that sticky anyways, but when you put it on your jeans or something and kind of take some of the sticky off, that's kind of how washi, how it was. And so what I did was, I thought, well, I can use my Uhu glue, and I can use that to glue it down, you know. But then I got to worrying that my Uhu glue wouldn't hold it either, and the labels would still come off, because, I mean, if it got snagged or something, it would just rip right off the package very easily. It was like this, like that. It was just like, huh? So I put the Uhu glue on it, and then I taped them down too, and I think by putting those, you know, 3 things, they'll be fine. But I'm thinking, oh, geez, how much money am I wasting now?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, Michelle, you just wasted a lot of money. So I have to use them for a little bit until I can, you know, reorder. But I was like, oh, that's just ridiculous. That, yeah, I'm going to put extra glue on here. But I was so bummed. But, you know, I don't want somebody to order from me and then not get their package because the label fell off. I was like,
Exactly.
I told Clint, oh no, I didn't save any money. You know, you guys know how it is. Okay, so that one's pretty cool. And then I'll just sew around, you know, all the sides on that one. Let's do, I had another one. Where is it? papers do I have? So I still have some of this. Put this in the center. That's not too bad. It almost covers. But maybe like a coffee dyed paper or something. Actually, I know what I can use. I was tearing down some pages today, or cutting them. And that's going to be pretty close. Your phone's ringing. Let's see if I need to pause it. Hold on. Okay, so he did have to answer it, so he's in there. So I got it. They're almost long enough, but not quite. Sorry, I keep scooching back. So I don't know what's going on. So I'll just kind of put that there. But yeah, it was just, I don't remember what I was talking about before his phone started ringing. Sorry guys. Just rambling. But I love these digitals, and you guys know my favorite color is green. So I'm really enjoying loving working with the green, you know. So, and the pink. I really like green and pink together. Beautiful. Beautiful digitals, Tina. Well, she's been coming up with some really fun things. She has a free digital on her website right now, just to kind of give you something to kind of do during this time, which I thought was really sweet of her. So if you haven't checked her out, then you should definitely go check her out. I think I'm going to go with this rose here, and then we'll kind of pull this here. So I think that will work. Yeah. Everything okay?
He needs a locate emergency locate, but I told him I can't do it till Tuesday morning.
Oh, who is it? Someone over yonder?
It's actually by Memphis.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry. You never know who's going to call you. So he's... When it's Sunday, usually people don't call on Sunday.
Yeah.
But last night the phone was ringing. Well, and it was weird because one of Clint's friends wished him happy birthday, and it's not someone he talks to very often. But then Clint wrote something like thank you or something, and the friend wrote back at 10:30, and we were both asleep, and I was like, who was that?
Yeah.
There we go. So that will be on the inside. I think that's fun. And then if I do like a zigzag with the pink, I think that would be really pretty. And then let's work on the front. But yeah, it was, and Clint looked at it, which was funny, and then he says, I don't know who. I said, well, you looked. Because, you know, he's on call 24/7. So it's kind of like, but you looked to see who it was, and
I probably didn't see it was an emergency, so it didn't even click.
didn't even register. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's probably like, oh, I'm not too worried about it. It wasn't an emergency. So I want the butterflies, I think. So, but yeah, it was just like, who is that? And I just knew that he looked, and I didn't have to worry about it. So, but we were both sound asleep. I don't know how asleep I was because of Sophia screaming, but you know how it is.
Yes.
She was not happy last night, and I got up and loved on her for a few minutes and went back to bed, and it was just shortly thereafter she started up again, and I was like, oh. And then I thought, oh, I have tissue somewhere. So I got the tissue and stuck it in my ear and went back to sleep. I was like, Nope, I can't handle this tonight.
Hanging on turkeys, I tell ya.
So if she doesn't get her love, oh my gosh, she lets you know it in the middle of the night. I am trying to work on a video trying to get each of the babies of the cats because I know somebody wants to see them. A few of you have asked. So hopefully I can put together something so you can see all of our critters. Yeah, but yeah, they are very, yeah, we have to love on them a lot. In fact, I had 3, almost 4 in my lap earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of ours are very social.
Yeah.
They're kind of demanding.
And that's the word for it. Man, they're demanding.
So I had Lily and I had, yeah, Cubby. Those 2 are almost always in my lap at one time or another. And then I had Bubby was coming up, and little guy, which is Artie. He was beside me, and Jazzy Lynn was beside me, and Sammy was behind me. So yeah, I kind of had a lap full almost. But Sammy's always like right behind you, and it's kind of, he has allergies, and he has some snorkeling issues, which sometimes is kind of annoying, but you know, what you gonna do? Let's go ahead and put this here just for a little bit of, but he's always had allergies, and we gave him some medicine and it made him so sick when he was first diagnosed with allergies that we just immediately quit, and we just deal with his allergies as needed. So he can't help it, but he's our old man. Sammy is. His name's actually Samson because he was such a fighter when he came in. Clint named him, I think, didn't you?
Yep.
I've named most of them, but or suggested names like Chloe and stuff. I'm like, she's a loudmouth. Let's call her Chloe. Sorry for any Chloes out there.
Well, don't blame it.
It was the internet.
It was the internet's fault. That was the one that gave the name.
They're the ones who said Chloe was a loudmouth name.
That's funny.
But to be fair, I did type in loudmouth animal names or cat names. That's what they gave me. So, you know. What, Chloe?
Thought they gave you that.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, she immediately started coming to that name. She's a really, yeah, I mean, it was like,
I called her and that was it.
Yep.
Never ever had a problem.
No, she was just, I have to tell you though, the black boys, the 2 little, Cubby and Biddy, Pard, love the box on the table. We put a box on the table. And Cubby left earlier, and immediately Pard was in the box.
Yeah.
So they're sharing the box. So Pard's in it now, and I think he acted like he was fixing to leave, and then Cubby was over there like, "Oh, if you leave, I'm going to take your box." Biddy lay back down.
They're funny.
So funny. I tell ya. Okay, so yeah, all I need to do is sew around this one. I might put something else on the front just because it doesn't really have a focal point. I really like, you know, the focal points and stuff. But maybe a rose or something, that would be kind of pretty. And then I did have another one of these. Put it in the blue section, which I tried to put together over here. Let me see if I have one that's that size. Yeah, we can do that. Because it doesn't really have to be blue. I just stuck it over there. But if I do that and kind of give it a pop of color, because this one the one I used, I did it on just regular paper, because see how dull it is compared to the ones, you know, that I did using Red River paper. I wonder if I have, did I have one of those too? I think I did, didn't I? Just to kind of add a little interest to it. That'd be kind of fun, because then it would look 3D. Okay, let's do that. But yeah, it was just very interesting around here. It's funny when we wake up, because all the cats come running. Like every single cat we have 9, but 8 of them come running, because Chloe's always with us in the bedroom, so you know she's not gonna run. And the other ones were like, they're awake, and then they have like a little celebration.
Yeah.
So they're running through the house, and they're jumping on stuff, and they're chasing each other, and every single morning, that's our morning.
And they get well inside.
They do. They get really loud. They'll be like jumping in the box, because we still have a big box over there for them. They're jumping in the box, and they're jumping out of the box, and they're playing hide and seek with each other, and they're running, and every single morning. Sometimes after our nap too, like after Clint wakes up from his nap, or Clint comes home from work or something, then they're doing that too, and it's just like, oh, that's too funny. We just laugh. We're just like, okay. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of put it like in the center, just a little bit, and you know, that way I can kind of puff it up or whatever. I don't want to puff it too much, just because, well, too, that way I can move that wing out of the way when I sew around it. Just to give it a little like 3-dimension. I think that's kind of fun. But yeah, it was just, we have a lot of fun with our little critters. But we have some that are, I think Sammy's about 12 now.
Yeah.
Not really sure how old he is. And then our youngest is Artie, and he's only 4 months or something.
Yeah, probably about that.
So we have a great variety. We need to quit taking them in, because, you know, if we disappear, get sick or something, we don't want to leave any homeless, you know.
No.
But I do have nieces and stuff that would probably find homes for them. So yeah, isn't that cute? I love that one. Let me see the dimension right there. That's kind of fun. Okay, I think we still have a little bit of time. I'm not sure. But let's do, I wanted to kind of do what Roxy was doing, or Rachel at Roxy Creations. It looked like so much fun. So I'm going to pull this. I knew I wanted one of these. She was making these really fun
Hi, Artie. Okay, Bubba.
kind of decorations to go in the journal that she's working on. She's working on a design team journal too. Just looking to see if there's anything else I want to pull. Nope. Have to remind myself of the colors. Pink and green. Here's green. Maybe. I don't know. It looks really big, but okay, so I'll put this over here out of my way. But yeah, she was doing really fun things. Man, I dropped it again. Sorry. Dropped my glue, and then of course I didn't put the lid on, so. Okay, so just kind of play. But she just did like a layer thing, and I loved how it looked. And I had some pieces that I could probably use. Maybe I can do 2 of them. That would be perfect for this journal. And but she would do something like that. Isn't that pretty? Love that. Okay, so like that one. Let's see what else I could do like on this one. Same butterfly. I don't think I want them to be that close. Maybe this one. That would be kind of pretty. Then maybe like a little butterfly there. Just kind of trying to come up with some ideas, you know, for this journal. Kind of liking those so far. Ooh. Maybe something like that. Ooh, that might be really pretty. Or do I want it on this side? Like underneath. Like there. Ooh, I like that. And then this guy could go on top. Okay, this one's pretty much done, except for some lace and stuff. And then this one, what do I want over there? Anything? I think I need a saying, or definitely some lace. Here's a little one. Just kind of, you know, getting a feel for it. Sometimes you have to audition or something. I like those. I really like those. Good job, Rachel. I love people who are so inspiring, you know, and they just inspire you to do stuff. It's so fun. And let's see what we have. Move some of this stuff. Put it back. Trying to get to my sewing machine, in case you're wondering what I'm doing now. Okay, so these, I have a box for all my spare parts. Might want to use part of one of these just to kind of bulk that up. Put my box of stuff away so that I can keep them all together, because you guys know how it is when I don't do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and ink. Let me trim this a little bit better. Just ink up the pieces. I just love to ink, so I think it adds to the vintage look. And I'm using Vintage Photo, and this is the ink blender that Clint makes. So not all of them have this much color, but they're all from found aspen wood in our mountains. We're in the area, so that's kind of fun. But we always have a list going in our Etsy, so if you want one, send me a message on Etsy, and that link is below. It's the Rambling Crafter on Etsy. Just if you're thinking about it. He has time right now to make some, but I think as soon as all the stuff is over and done, I think we're really going to get busy.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling him it's so weird because, you know, we wait for April every year because it does get really busy, and, you know, it kind of helps us get caught up on bills, or, you know, cushion our savings account or whatever we need at the time. And I was telling him it's weird this year not having as many locates as we are used to, because
Yeah, it's unusual.
it's very unusual this year. And I mean, we're still having quite a bit, which is nice, but just a different time for everyone, you know. Yeah, I kind of like that. I really like that. And then let me do this one. But yeah, it was just, so I'm sure things will be pretty slow until at least the end of the month. We'll see. Who knows? You think it's going to be slow, and then it's really, really busy, so who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm wondering, it is, and the weirdness is going on right now.
I mean, we've had, seriously, I've had winters that I've had to use snowshoes and
To locate,
to
yeah.
locate, and they were some of the busiest winters ever. And then you have winters where you don't even have any snow, and it doesn't do
Yeah,
nothing.
that's true.
Just strange.
Well, and you never, you know, it's just whatever people, however they want to dig or whatever, if it's, you know, if they are in the mood to dig or, but yeah, he's been pretty busy. Even with all this, huh, hon?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of see what I want to do here. That's kind of neat. Maybe turn it. I do like having this ring though, because it's just really nice to kind of pull it down and not have to go through a bucket of lace or anything like that. It's really nice. Like I said, I might have another batch, but it won't be, you know, that full. Kind of want this, like this or something. Trying to figure it out. Like that underneath. That's cute. And then I feel like I need something up there to kind of finish the circle, but maybe another type of lace. Let's see what I have. And then I have it sitting on my tripod, hanging from my tripod. Keeps the cats out of it, kind of.
Well, it didn't work with little one. But although I admit he was more fascinated with the other part of it, not the lace.
Yeah, he was eating the other part, but somebody was up here trying to eat my lace earlier. But yeah, maybe something like that, just to kind of give it a finished feel. Oh, I like that. Okay, so we'll do that one.
Oh, no.
Clint's eating jelly beans in the background, because that's what he does. When nobody can see him, he loves jelly beans. He's kind of over the black jelly beans, though.
Yeah, I don't like those much.
He said he had too much. It's probably from Lisa. Lisa sent him like a whole container of black
She did too.
black licorice, I think, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to see where I want this.
I'll eat it here and there, but yeah.
He's like, I am so over black jelly bean, black licorice flavor, and I like that. Okay, maybe I can just trim this part up just a little bit. Well, and you know, here I'm using like different laces that, because I have tons in my stash, and I probably wouldn't use them all, because you know, I just pull out one or two. What do I think? I think I want it like that. So, I'm going to trim this. I know. But it's just a layering thing. So, I think that's all I need. So, let's kind of glue it, and then we'll sew, and then we'll be wrapping up this video. So, all these will go in my scrap bucket, or my, but yeah, like that. I like that. So, and this probably about there, kind of like that.
Hardy. Here, baby.
And then this, I think like that.
Oh, dear. Come here, Hardy.
And then this glue doesn't take all that long to dry. But I really like that. That's fun. I've never made these before. Like I said, it was just something that I saw Rachel making. And I thought, ooh, I want to try that.
Okay.
I want to try that, Rachel. Let's see, I might want to bring that down a little bit. And then this one. I know I wanted it like under. And this one I kind of wanted it Okay. So now what I'm going to do is sew around it. So let me move some of this stuff, get my sewing machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I wanted these to dry a little bit longer, so I went ahead and sewed these up. So just a simple straight stitch on this one. Nothing special, but I want them to hold up and look nice. And then on this one, I had that coffee dyed paper, and so I went ahead and zigzag top and bottom, and then I did straight stitch on both sides, and then put my little thing there. So I think that just adds such a pretty look. I love that. And now we are going to do these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the straight stitch and I'm just going to sew around. So I'll sew around this piece, and then I'll kind of come over here and sew around sew around the roses, and then I'll finish up, you know, the straight piece. So that will just hold it in place, and that's what Rachel was doing. She just kind of, you know, made sure it's all going to kind of hold together. So yeah, that's about all there is to this, but she did some like big doily pieces, and so she'd do just a big circle, you know, around the doily a couple of times. But I thought, well, I think this will hold all my pieces really nicely. And I try to do it kind of like down further than I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. So I started like down here instead of like up front. Sometimes I'll start like over here, but you can kind of see where I went with the sewing, just to kind of make sure that piece stays, you know, sturdy and all that. I love that. I think that's really fun. So I could glue this other part down. I might do that. You could sew, you know, further if you needed to or wanted to. But I'm just going to glue it, I think. There we go. And then I'm going to sew on this one, and we'll finish up real quick. I think I'm going to come down, start here, and then kind of come down like this, maybe. We'll see. Kind of learn and as you go, I guess, huh? Okay. And I'm just going to turn it. Doing this small piece, you can easily just flip it or whatever. Like, I'll show you what I'm talking about, but you know, just turn it in whatever direction you want it to go. But so I went down this way, and down here, went over here, and then I just sewed like on the green part straight, and I figured that would hold that down pretty well. Then I went here, straight here, and then I went here, and then I flipped it and then sewed it back and then around. So I think that looks really nice. This one, I do want to put this butterfly because I think that will look awfully cute right there. Kind of leave it up a little bit. I mean, you know, being in the book, it will smush and stuff, but you know, too, it might bounce back. You could always put like little squares underneath it if you wanted it to look, you know, kind of stay up permanently like that. But I think that is so cute. So again, that's something from Rachel at Roxy's Creations. And look, we got 4 pieces of ephemera done. So these will be really great in this journal. I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out our channel. And we will see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.